Yo, can I get anybody anything from the kitchen?
No, thanks. Is that the picture you didn't want Gwen to see?
I didn't want anyone to see it. I'm afraid it'll give Teresa false hopes about her relationship with Ethan.
Hey, why don't we look at Pilar's other album? I bet she's got some great pictures in here.
Ethan, I have a few questions about this one first. Look at Teresa. She's looking at you as if you hung the moon. It's a very good thing I wasn't around back then, or else she and I would have been in major competition for your heart.
If Gwen sees the way Teresa's looking at Ethan right now...
Teresita, you haven't had anything to eat. Why don't you fix yourself a plate before it gets cold?
Well, I'm not that hungry, Mama.
Please, just have a little something.
This picture's adorable.
Are you crazy, Teresa? If Gwen sees you making goo-goo eyes at Ethan, she's gonna know everything.
I can't get over that picture. Mama, how come you never told me that Ethan and I knew each other when we were kids?
For this very reason.
You can see even then we were perfect together.
Talk to her, Whitney, because I'm at a loss for words.
Teresa, that photo means absolutely nothing.
How much do you want to bet it shakes Ethan up? It makes him realize that we were meant to be together. Mama, you were the one who raised me to believe in fate. And if this isn't fate, I don't know what is.
Oh, this isn't fate. This is an accident waiting to happen.
Especially the way you keep ogling at him, Teresa. I mean, are you going to do that when you're standing up at the altar at the wedding?
What are you talking about?
Oh, you don't know. Gwen asked Teresa to be the maid of honor, and she said yes.
You agreed to be Gwen's maid of honor. How can you let such a thing happen?
Does anyone mind if I take Gwen out front and show her the flower garden?
Oh, please, Ethan, whatever you like.
Thanks, Pilar.
Mama, Gwen's best friend canceled at the last minute, and she needed someone with the same dress size to fill in.
You know, many times over this past year, I have lost my temper with you because I felt that you weren't using the brains that God gave you. But this, Teresita, this takes the prize for self-destruction.
Mama, please.
I don't want to hear your explanation. Now go and tell Gwen that you've reconsidered her offer and changed your mind.
That's what I told her to do, too.
I won't do it. I know this sounds nuts, but something inside of me is telling me to stay close to Ethan, especially now in this time before the wedding.
Oh, God. May St. Jude, the saint of lost causes, bring you to your senses.
Gwen was thirsty. I thought I'd grab her a soda.
No. Go, help yourself. Go ahead.
Did you see how Ethan just looked at me, Mama? He knows what that photograph meant. That we are destined to be together for the rest of our lives. Mama, he knows that he loves me.
Forget Ethan. He is going to marry Gwen. You are never going to be together.
Did I just hear you tell Teresa that she and Ethan will never be together, Pilar?
Mama and I were talking about picking out the perfect present to thank you for the honor of being your bridesmaid.
That is not what it sounded like, Teresa.
Well, I told Mama that I wanted Ethan to come along when I went shopping to make sure I'd buy something that you really liked, and Mama said that he was very busy and that there's no way he could ever find the time for us to go together, and that's what you got us talking about.
Well, that's really sweet of you, but there's no need for you to buy me a thank you gift. Believe me, you're doing me a huge favor by standing in for Bailey at the wedding.
Here you are, Gwen.
Sweetie, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Look, I know it will bore everyone else to tears, but I was wondering if I could talk to you and Teresa about an idea I just had for the reception.
Why not?
Okay.
Why can't Teresa see she's going to get her heart broken?
I don't know, Whitney. But I wish he was more level-headed, like you.
Yo, I don't mean no disrespect, Mrs. Lopez Fitzgerald, but, you ever thought that maybe Teresa knows what she's doing?
What do you mean?
What if she and Ethan were really meant to be together? all right? And y'all two just keep pouring cold water all over her dreams. I mean, I don't really think that's...
You know, you got a lot of nerve giving your opinion on something you are so totally clueless about. This is a very complicated situation, okay? Teresa's mom has worked for the Cranes for many years. And she knows even if Ethan had romantic feelings for Teresa, which is highly doubtful, his family would never allow him to marry her.
Whitney is right, Chad. She's right. The Cranes are a very closed and guarded family with no use for outsiders. Trust me, they will do anything to prevent a union outside of Ethan's class.
Okay. Okay, all right, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I just hate to see somebody's dreams shot down, that's all. You know, it's getting late. I think I'm gonna head out. Yo, Teresa's right. That's the best tasting arroz con pollo I've ever had. Yeah, when I've tasted my share up in East LA, so.
Gracias, Chad. And come again, please.
All right, thanks.
You know what? I'm gonna get going too. You take care of yourself, all right?
I always do.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye,
See you
Whitney.
later.
Whitney.
Bye.
Hey, Chad, wait up! I need to talk to you!
I don't want to see you like this.
Chad, I heard what you said to Ethan before you left the house.
So what?
So what? Look, don't you see the more doubts you put in Ethan's head about marrying Gwen, the more Teresa is going to believe that she has a chance with him. And the more her hopes are going to get dashed when he ends up marrying her anyway.
Maybe he won't, all right? Look, I still got faith that sooner or later he's gonna realize he's supposed to be with Teresa.
When? When he is standing at the altar about to say his vows to Gwen?
Well, I hope not for her sake. But then, better then than after they get married.
You know, I do not believe you.
Yo, mark my words, all right? This is one wedding that's gonna turn this little town on its ear.
There is no way that Ethan is going to leave Gwen at the altar, okay?
You wouldn't be so sure if you knew anything about love.
Ethan and Gwen's marriage has been planned by their families for years. Nothing and nobody is going to get in the way of that.
All right, it's true. I ain't got much experience with how people like the Cranes think, all right? But, yo, love is love. And it's got a way of winning out no matter what your last name is. All right, maybe Ethan is a little slow on the uptake where his true feelings are concerned, but like I said before, I'm still betting on him. Once he realizes that he loves Teresa, he's gonna do what he's gotta do, no matter what his family wants. But Teresa's made of a lot stronger stuff than you give her credit for. All right, she's gonna make it through this thing no matter what goes down.
You know what? I don't want to hear it. I've heard enough out of you for one day, okay? Hopefully, I can talk Teresa out of this mess. If I can get some time alone with her without you around.
Good night to you too, beautiful.